What's up, folks? It is Dr. Remy LeBeau, and I'm here in the X-Lair on an occasion that is extremely enlightening in the sense that there's so much light being reflected from the statue that I can't help but feel enlightened every single second because, well, I am literally enlightened. My God, this thing is shiny. So, as most of you know, I have been waiting to get back my Stryfe statue by Bowen Designs, but it wound up being so shiny that it's incredibly bright in my entire apartment. It's almost as though the sun itself has invaded my apartment, and I have to walk around with shades on. If I don't, I'm likely to burn out my corneas. And this is the best I can do as far as just showing you the statue. It's reflecting this much light. Oh boy, someone's being silly today. It's actually not this bad. And I'm gonna fix the brightness for you here. Oh, watch the disappointment wash away as we give you a very I give you a very clear look at the very incredible chrome painted Stryfe statue by Bowen Designs. So, as most of you know, Bowen Designs released a statue of Stryfe, Cable's clone brother, about I'd say it's about 3 months ago now. And when I initially got the statue, I did make a video of the statue before it was obviously turned into what it was meant to become. This beautiful, shiny prize of a statue. And it wasn't a bad thing. Like, the original paint job wasn't bad. It was fine. The thing about it is that it's a really great sculpt. The infamous Kucherek brothers did an amazing job of bringing Stryfe to life in 3 dimensions. He looks fantastic. The cape is dynamic. The costume is spot on. So there's really a lot to like about this statue if you're an X-Men fan, if you're a fan of Stryfe. So just on the merit of it actually doing what it's supposed to do as a statue, you know, there was absolutely zero problem with it. Of course, myself and some other collectors, when the statue was first sneaked, we immediately thought this statue would look really good chrome painted. And the bottom line is that his costume is this very sort of shiny metallic, has this shiny metallic quality to it. It's just the nature of the costume. That's how he was represented in the comics. That is how he should be represented in 3 dimensions. And so it was sort of odd to us that Bowen Designs decided not to chrome the statue. I mean, I understand that it's more challenging to produce a statue that's chrome painted than one that is not. I understand that, and it probably would have raised the price of the statue, probably to the extent that it would have made it a little bit more expensive than your average collector is able to afford. And so that's another issue to consider, and I respect that wholeheartedly. And so I was okay with, you know, the fact that the statue was released not chrome painted in like a silver sort of paint. And really, I was okay with it because I knew, as well as other collectors knew, that we were going to get together and send the statues to a certain masterful chrome painter by the name of Gary Watson of Creations in Chrome. And we were going to get this sucker painted in chrome. And so, you know, we waited and waited and waited for the statue to be released. And really, there was actually a big question. The question was, would the cape be removable? Because if the cape wasn't removable, then Gary Watson would not have been able to chrome paint the statue, because there would be parts of the statue that would be very difficult to get to, and it would be very difficult to mask the entire cape. Fortunately, when the statue came out, it became evident to us sort of addicted collectors that yes, the cape is in fact removable, and thus we are able to then get our beautiful Stryfe statue painted in chrome paint. And so I got the statue, I opened it, I shot a video, I shot photos, and then I immediately sent it out to Gary Watson at Creations in Chrome, located in Southern California, to get this sucker painted. And I'm one of maybe, I'm gonna say, I don't know exactly how many folks actually got their statues chrome painted. I'm gonna say maybe it was like 10 or 15. This one dude, Jason, he's like a Marine, Semper Fi, Jason. He's the one that sort of coordinated this amongst the collectors in the message board. I think he was the one to first, come up with the idea to get it chrome painted. And, I just let him, I just basically followed his lead. He basically kept everybody in the loop. He kept me in the loop. And he sort of got a price negotiated, which I think wound up being $125 for each person, including myself, that was part of this sort of group commission to get all theirs painted. And then I guess Gary, in phases, sort of did a variety of these statues. I was actually part of like the later phase, I guess. There was a batch that was done before mine. And so you might have already seen photos online of other collectors' statues. But there is one difference, actually, with mine versus theirs, or at least most of theirs. I'm going to assume. I don't know if everybody decided to do what I'm about to tell you they did. But I know I decided not to. And that was I decided to leave out the blue highlights. So Gary had offered to put in like these light blue highlights into the chrome paint, which would somewhat mirror the original paint job. I don't know if I'm sure you've seen it. Well, of course, you can see it on the video I shot of it. There's like highlights. It's like a silver painted statue, and there's like kind of light blue highlights, sort of shading in the various parts of the statue that could be shaded in. And so Gary decided he wanted to sort of, mirror that on the chrome painted statues, which I understand completely. I guess you kind of want to leave the statue sort of remaining true to the initial intentions by the producer. Kind of, even though you're making like a custom paint job, you kind of want to sort of maintain the original spirit of the piece. But for me, being a big fan of the comics of Stryfe, just reading like X-Force #1 when he was first introduced, like I was really wanting to be sort of a purist about it and just kind of let it be this sort of metallic chrome paint throughout, untarnished by anything else, and just kind of let the natural light in whatever context one might find the statue sort of give the statue like whatever kind of shading it would give it, given depending on what of how the light is hitting it and which lights are hitting it. As you can see here, you have light hitting it from the various lights I have around me. You have light hitting it from my computer screen, which is to the right of me. And it creates a very cool effect. So, and because of that, I just felt that it wasn't necessary to put in the highlights. And for me, I think I was right about that. And I think I really like the way it came out. It's perfect. It's like ideal. It's breathtaking. It's funny because it's like so with any statue, especially a statue that you're going to do like a custom job on, it's like you hear about it months in advance before it's ever released, and you start, the wheels start turning in your head. Okay, what can be done with this statue? What can it be improved? Yes, it can, and this is how. And then you think, okay, well, there's like the whole pre-order period, which is like 7 or 8 months, and then finally the statue will be released, and then I'm going to get the statue, and then I'm going to have to send it to the customizer, and then that's going to take a long period of time, and then eventually I'm going to get it back. And it's like, it's incredible, it's incredible to finally be at the end of that process. And it's always like this really satisfying moment when, a project like this sort of reaches its full fruition and finally becomes exactly what you had conceived of however long ago. I mean, for this statue, it was probably like a year ago that I had thought, oh wow, I can't wait to actually have Stryfe at home in my collection, chrome painted. It's going to be incredible. And today, May 6th, 2014, I finally got it. I finally got Stryfe in my home, chrome painted, and he is everything that I wanted him to be. He is just beautiful. Like, so when I first started collecting, I wasn't as focused as I am now in terms of what I was collecting, and one of the first things I bought was the Silver Surfer chrome statue, and that was like a really amazingly cool statue. It's like really great. It's like greatly sculpted with this really excellent chrome, a chrome paint job like this one basically. And it's just, it was such a beautiful thing to have. It was such a beautiful thing to look at and just kind of have in the background, and just every now and then just kind of stare at it and watch the lights, you know, reflect off of it. It was great. But eventually I realized I can't collect every single Marvel character. I can't just be getting just, you know, 1,000 statues of characters that I love. Like, I have to narrow down my focus, or else I'm going to go broke, and this is not going to work out. So when I decided to just collect X-Men statues, like, one of the first things I got rid of was my Silver Surfer, my chrome Silver Surfer. And so it was always like a sad, you know, decision on my part, and it kind of left a hole in my collection, you know, for something like really cool and shiny, you know, i.e. Chrome Stryfe statue. Now finally I feel like the scales of justice, or collecting justice, have balanced, you know, by me finally getting Chrome Stryfe home and into my collection. I feel like I finally have like that shiny, you know, beautiful looking statue of one of my favorite characters in my collection that does the exact same thing that Silver Surfer did, but actually belongs in my collection. So hallelujah to that, you know what I'm saying? Hallelujah, Stryfe. You are beautiful, my friend. This is a beautiful statue. Incredible to look at. I think the camera is catching it, like how cool it is, but if it's not capturing all like the precise detail, everything, like I did take some photos, which you can check out by clicking my blog link right here, and I've posted photos on my blog that you know, kind of show the very cool chrome quality in more detail. But I think the video will catch it. It's a difficult thing to capture. You know, when you're shooting video, like you want to try to control the light, but if your subject is like a reflector, then it kind of makes it a big challenge. So hopefully it's not corrupting the exposure too much to the point that you're actually getting a good view of it. It should be a good view. I hope it is. If it's not, I'm sorry, but for me, excellent view. I have an excellent view of this amazing statue. My God, it's so pretty. It's really exactly what it should have been from day one. So again, if you guys are interested in getting your Stryfe statue chrome painted, you can contact Gary Watson at Creations in Chrome. I'll have a link on my blog post to his email address, so you can just contact him via that, and I'm sure that he would be willing to turn your Stryfe statue into what it should be, as you see it here. This is Stryfe. This is Stryfe in all his glory. This is Stryfe as he should be, and I can see myself. Hey, good looking. I can see myself in the statue, which is very fun, which is super fun. So it was my birthday a couple of weeks ago, and I decided that I was going to actually get something else chrome painted. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm gonna let it be a surprise, but there's something else that Gary is painting for me, and I think it's going to be very impressive. So look forward to that. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to leave you hanging with that one. Anyway, so this is Chrome Stryfe. I think I've shown him off enough to the point that you, I think, get the full effect of how awesome this statue is, chrome painted. And so I think I'm pretty much done talking about this amazing statue, and now I'm just going to turn off the video and just stare at it non-stop until I get tired of it, which should be in the next few years, which is likely when I'll shoot my next video. So thank you for checking out my channel. It is Dr. Remy LeBeau's X-Lair. Thank you for checking out my blog. It is X-Men Statues of Future Past.blogspot.com. And as always, and of course, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I invite you to do so. I have plenty more videos to come. I'm shooting stuff on of course, my statue collection, of which there's a variety of videos to be shot still and to sort of explore the collection with. But I'm expanding my content. Recently, I did a review of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So if you're interested, check that one out. And I'll be doing reviews of a variety of other stuff related to comic books, related to sci-fi. I have a degree in film, so you know, I studied film in my undergraduate program at the best film school in the country, which shall remain nameless. But you know, it sort of gave me, I think, the tools I need to be able to talk about a film and, you know, its effectiveness. Obviously, reviews are subjective, but I mean, hopefully there's something a little bit extra with my reviews. If you're interested in checking them out, I'll have more of those coming up. The next one will be, of course, the incredible X-Men Days of Future Past, coming out May 23rd or something. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be incredible. I've been talking about that movie for the last year, so I really look forward to that movie. I look forward to sharing my thoughts with you guys on it. I look forward to hearing what you guys thought about it as well. Anyway, so as always, I would like to remind you, the last thing is that if you are given the option, you should put an X in the box, because ain't nobody checking me, folks. Ain't nobody checking me. Thank you very much. Take care, and bye-bye.